In the late 80s, Reebok was the top market leader in the American sports industry by overtaking Nike. Fast forward to the year 2022, we hardly see anyone bragging about their latest pair of Reebok shoes, unlike its counterparts Nike and Adidas. So, how was this possible? How did once a popular and famous brand with a lot of fan base lose its fortune? Well, in today's video we will dig down the top 5 reasons behind the downfall of the Reebok. But before we jump into our video, please subscribe to this channel to get to know more about these interesting facts, and don't forget to ring the bell icon to get timely updates. Established in 1958 by J.W. Foster & Sons in UK, Reebok was the first overseas shoe company to dominate the United States sports industry, even by overtaking Nike, which was at that time and even now the most wearable and most famous sports shoe and apparel maker in the world. The Reebok was able to dominate the United States market for straight 20 years after it entered the US market, and as we all know, to get global market access you have to pass the United States consumer market test first. In the late 80s, while there was the craze of aerobics was highly increasing among US ladies, Reebok was quickly able to target this opportunity to grow it big with their lines of female aerobic shoes. And then slowly they started releasing their famous products like the Reebok Pump, the Reebok Freestyle, which was quickly able to make a growing fan base for its brand. Alongside Nike, Reebok was also increasing its footprints in various sports by sponsoring and getting into a contract with several top sports personalities. Dominique Wilkins, Shaquille O'Neal, Venus Williams were among those sports personalities. But as a good time does not stay with you always, the same thing eventually happened with the Reebok also. By 1990, Reebok started to lose its market share slowly. They tried hard to stay relevant in the market with a partnership with famous rappers like Jay-Z and 50 Cent, but it does not help much as its shoes fell out of relevance with the mass market. The truth was that Reebok was never able to figure out their target customers, and neither it has focused on creating their own identity. Here Adidas comes into the picture. To counter the growing popularity of Nike, Adidas acquired Reebok for $3.8 billion in 2005. Adidas was hoping that with this deal they will be able to beat Nike in the US market, but the reality was that Reebok was already started losing its global popularity to Nike, Adidas, Puma, and some newcomers like Under Armour and Lululemon Athletica. And its sales and annual results became very much inconsistent that eventually, Adidas lost its hope in Reebok. It was clear to Adidas that its reputation was unlikely to return to what it was in its golden days. But before selling it to ABG Group, Adidas however replaced its subsidiary Reebok as an official sponsor to the NBA by signing 11 years contract and had celebrities endorsing themselves rather than its sister company. This brought the downfall of Reebok, as now they have lost their last hope to flourish again. Their dream of becoming the leading market leader by overtaking Nike was ended by this ill-planned partnership with Adidas. That's all for today. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.